What's cracking, peeps? It's Jax, and welcome back to DDLC Plus. Yes, we're doing a recording because we didn't finish the side stories in the stream last night. I'm recording this after the last stream because I was rudely interrupted by a certain little kitty cat. Yes, I was. Natsuki and Yuri's self-love, and then after that we're going to look through some stuff about the company metaverse, see if we can find any interesting stuff online. But I'm hoping that by doing all the side stories we'll unlock something. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So yeah, to catch up anyone who hasn't been to the streams, Yuri just wrote a letter to Natsuki, basically, because she's not great at communicating her feelings. And she wanted to sort of, not necessarily apologise, but just let Natsuki understand where she's coming from, you know, because they clash. They're the guys that clash the most. Right, so, okay, so where did we get to? This is where we got to. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came in to read this because there aren't many people around. Oh, I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't, but there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it did yesterday. And after yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to detour around it. But it's okay that I'm here? Yeah, I don't care. I mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it. Especially since, like, they all just assumed I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly. I just don't want it to come up again now, after I've waited so long for this new volume to come out, literally months at this point. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. And Sayori, but that's different because she's not exactly into it. She just likes it, you know what I mean? Honestly, you're lucky that the books that you're into at least look like... What? Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would have benefited from a good smack across the face. Oh, whatever. We're all just stupid kids back then anyway. Some of the fanfics I wrote, thank God I used a pseudonym. But I liked it at the time. I got a lot of fulfillment out of it. And plus, I can look back and say with confidence that I've become a better person since then. So I don't think I would change anything. I wonder if a few years from now we'll think the same thing about our current selves. Haha, probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me, especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Alright, here. Natsuki raises her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. That's me from the future coming to terms with me right now. Also, ow. I didn't mean it to do it that hard. Yuri doesn't seem to react, but then, to Natsuki's surprise, Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I keep going on about all this nonsense. I'll let you get to your reading. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. The conversation ended quickly and Natsuki opens her book. You're back? Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day has passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once more. Hey, did you buy that? Natsuki quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact as per usual. What, like, for me? But you didn't know I was coming here today, what if I didn't show up? Well, I would have drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought, never mind. What I meant to say is thank you. And that's a really nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way. God. I do. It was the other things that I didn't mean. I swear, please believe me. Yuri pauses, then nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot too. So I believe you. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes the drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please don't feel obligated. I want to. I want to do some nice things too. Okay. Thank you. You can thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it too then. Nothing. It just reminds me how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. There are just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch anyway. I like being around them when we're all just having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. So when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, then their attitude just gets really on my nerves. It's only gotten worse ever since I joined a literature club. How come? I don't know. Everyone in the club is really different from that, but I'm still friends with them too. Well, Sayori really likes your baking, and she makes you laugh, and she complains a lot. That doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How about you don't talk that way about my friends that you don't know anything about? Oof, Natsuki stares up. No, wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Oh, this is cute and very awkward. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand you can't judge people like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't just compare friends like that and, measure who's better than who. Everyone's different. I'm sorry. I don't like people who want to hurt you. A moment of silence stretches between them. They don't want to hurt me. We just like to teach each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Well, that's why I'm friends with them and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry so much about me. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. I wish I knew how to help with social conflicts. Like how Monica can. She's good at these things. Not really. Also, I don't always want help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to deal with myself. That's what Monica and Sayori never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is look at them wrong, and they're all like, "Oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" I just want to mind my own business sometimes, and decide myself if I want to talk to them. And decide for myself if I want to talk about things. The only one who understands that is you. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot would make a good listener. Thank you. You're also nice. They paused for a while. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who could just say whatever's on my mind. But I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed or upset, or I want to say something mean. Why am I like that? You don't have to answer that, I'm just talking to myself. Yuri nods and remains silent. Natsuki notices her fidgeting with the pages of her book. How come you like reading so much? Oh, well, a lot of reasons. But I just get sucked into it so easily. It's so immersive, like I want to be part of it. I think there are a lot of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated, especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I don't really understand it, and I have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It feels like I always want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways that I've never felt with real people. So, in that way, it can sometimes feel more real than real life. Really? It's that hard for you to be around people, all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings. When people are making all kinds of conversations and saying jokes and all of that, I don't know what to do, and I just disengage. Oh. Doesn't that get lonely? I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have online friends too, of course. Do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. Yeah, me too. Really? A lot. Ah, see, they're connecting. It's very sweet. More than anything. After Natsuki mutters that, silence fills the stairwell once more. But it's a mutual silence. One full of understanding. Moving on. Self-love part 2, guys. How can you love anyone else until you love yourself? The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenched her fists, because Natsuki's basically said, I only come down here to get away from my friends. It's not like I actually enjoy spending time with you or anything. I'm glad that the situation is resolved and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me, but it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know, and I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded, but I know you care about making your other friends happy too. What do you say, Ori? And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. Oh, that's sweet. You're worth more than the cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you. Oh, Yuri's going in for the kill on her friends. And be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eye. Oh, dang. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something, but that's like a catchphrase, isn't it? Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her tears. You didn't. Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes, and it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult, and I can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like to be nice and to do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sarah and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too, about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinise everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So, I understand some of that through my own experience, and that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself. That makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh, and you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead, and you care a lot about other people, and just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile. Then she sighs as it fades once more. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I just don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. Rubbing her beard. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy? Well, That's just not a fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy, and I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused, because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy, so no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. Oh god. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know. End it. With them? I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of the things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gone into it, so much that it feels like that's just how your life is, and throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick to think about. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know. A lot of things. Like being alone, not having anyone to talk or hang out with, not being able to replace what I have with them. And I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki. What? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. She laughed. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I liked that. That's all. Oh, well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? And Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage as she ditches her old friends who are a couple of douchebags. So, you know, it's all good. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. This is about food. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. Oh, she ended her friends. I ended it. I texted them earlier, telling them, and now I just block them because I'm so afraid of their responses. And now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. Without the realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki's meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? And Natsuki nods. Her shaking hands become much more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch, and Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You are safe right now. You are in a good and safe place where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her race pulsing through the base of her neck. Well, we'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Everyone breathe in. Take a deep breath. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that. This is good to know. Like, I didn't know this is like a technique that you can use to help. There you go. to panic attacks, guys. You are in a safe and comfortable physical space. Minutes pass in silence. By now, the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. And meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees, and her breathing has mostly steadied. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. Bear in mind that these people haven't known each other that long. That's a very, cool thing that Yuri, especially Yuri, considering she always thinks she's making a mistake when she does or says something. Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologise. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may, or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she has hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through that alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. What? From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. Oh, go Yuri. Fair play. As she says that, Yuri tenses up, and it's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts. But something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realise it, and because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you do deserve the love of others. And if you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Oh, that's really sweet. That's very sweet. Artwork's great. Do you really mean that? You're probably going to regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably going to have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Huh. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. Oh, wait, what? I skipped something. That means you'll finally figure out my favourite ice cream flavour. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember. The first day you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favourite ice cream flavour, but for me, you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but my favourite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry is my favourite. What a coincidence. As if she didn't already know. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. But I feel like we're way past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated. And the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing problems. I thought it was a coincidence you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. Knew it. What do you mean? Nothing. She followed her here. I may have tracked you down first, with the help of Sayori. But you said... I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to like... Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage, even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean like you? Yes, like me. Oh, this is really sweet. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Oh wait, that was Yuri. Whoops, well, okay, whatever. Just a little then. Wait, okay. I lost that a bit, sorry. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now. but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. It's nice to feel reassured. It feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch, but a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting where the 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself. She's about to finish her long-running series. It would be best to have a new book lined up. Is this are they foreshadowing another game? She's about to finish her long-running series of Doki doki literature club. It would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the book. I feel like that's some together. Okay, no, it wasn't some foreshadowing about the Book of Markov as a game or something like that, was it? I don't know. That's the feeling I got from that. Okay. Pictures. What did we get? We got all those pictures. What don't we have? That's a better... Why have we... There's 2 pictures missing. Why is there 2 pictures missing? Why is there 2 pictures... That is freaking cute. There's 2 new pictures that is missing, and we're missing 1 secret from the... I think it's from the main game. So I've done all of the side stories. Oh yeah, I was going to say there's a new one with all of them. Let's go. Equals. Let's knock it out the park, guys.